Welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today I've got a very exciting brand new episode in my very popular and highly requested video series. Top upcoming 4K Ultra HD Blu Ray movie releases, big movie announcements, reveals, collectors film chat episode number 24. Now I can tell you this video series has been getting bigger and bigger, and that's always exciting for me to see the excitement out there and to share a little bit of information with you. I'm a big data person. I like the data on discs and kind of on the videos, views, watch time, things like that. Well, to share just a little bit with you, this video series on average has been enjoyed and watched by over 10,000 of you every single one of the videos on average. So that's huge news that there's 10,000 of you that love watching this video series every time I release it. That's amazing, and I love it. I mean, keep doing it. It's a great thing to see the excitement out there for these amazing releases that are coming out on 4K. And let me tell you, I've got some big announcements in this video. Now, if you haven't checked out the previous video in this video series, it always covers up to where this video starts. So the last one ended on February 27th. As always, there's big announcements and releases that I announce from all over the world in every single one of these videos. So if you haven't checked out that previous video, you'll want to check that out, as well as all of the rest of the videos in this series. There is some big releases I've announced over the years, and they're amazing releases from all over the world that really do deserve to be supported. Now, it's very important, if you decide you're going to buy any of these releases that I talk about in these videos or announce, make sure to use those direct Amazon sale links I post right down below as a pinned comment. Those links I post down there from Amazon never cost you, the viewer, a penny extra, but they are very important to this YouTube channel. That is the only way I can always continue to create all this content you enjoy watching, is through those Amazon sale links I post down there below. They're a way that you can help to support this channel without actually ever spending a dime of your own money. And they're always on sale for the same prices everywhere. So literally, those links down there never cost you anything extra. Simply by clicking on them, it does show your support and love of these videos. So make sure any of these you're gonna buy or pre-order, you go down and click on those direct Amazon sale links I posted right down there below. Now, starting off here on March 5th, we're getting the 355 from 2022, the female-led action adventure film. Now, this is one of those few films that I have not seen, so I can't tell you if I love it or hate it. It is one of those that kind of just went under the radar and I never got to see in theaters, and I actually never watched it on Blu-ray originally. Well, it is finally coming out on 4K in the US, and it is going to have HDR10 and English Dolby Atmos audio mix on it. So for an action film, if Universal does a good job with it, the Dolby Atmos mix could be pretty impressive on it. Also on March the 5th, we're getting the HELLRAISER 4-film tetralogy. And man, that's a mouthful, and this is the HELLRAISER movie series that ran from 1987 to 1996. And these are coming out in a limited edition box set by Arrow Video. They did get brand new 4K restorations of the original camera negatives, and they have brand new Dolby Vision and HDR10 masters on them. They're coming in one complete box set, and they will have all 4 films and 6 cuts of the films included in this set as well, all with restorations on them, Dolby Vision, HDR10. So that's a big announcement, big release. I'll post that direct Amazon sale link down there below. That way, if you're wanting to pre-order or buy it, I've posted that down below as well. Now, continuing March 5th, we're getting The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance from 1962. This is the John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart movie. It's a Western, it's very good. Now, this is a kind of re-release of the limited edition Paramount Presents, but no longer in a limited edition Paramount Presents box set. Now it's simply going to be the 4K disc in a standard 4K case. None of the extra poster artwork, the big slip covers, all of that kind of stuff, reversible artwork, that's all gone. So this is just a standard release of the 4K disc of the movie. Now, this is one of those kind of earlier Paramount Presents releases that basically it was decent, it just wasn't amazing, but I enjoy Western films and I love John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart, so I was glad this was released. So at least now that it's out of print, you can still buy it in this standard edition set, and it is less expensive, as you'll notice when you click on the link I posted below. Now, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Now, moving ahead to March 12th, we're getting one of my favorite animated films from Illumination. It's Kung Fu Panda from 2008. Now, Universal is doing a brand new digital restoration for this, and it is being released with HDR10 and a brand new English Dolby Atmos audio mix. I am very excited about this release, as I've reviewed previously, like Last Wish and Puss in Boots, obviously, the Shrek movies. All of those I've reviewed here on this channel, and they've been very enjoyable releases from Universal and very nice upgrades. If you want to check out any of the releases of Puss in Boots or Shrek, I've done all of those reviews previously on this channel, and I've done exclusive comparisons, so those are available right now. But I can tell you Kung Fu Panda is one I am really looking forward to, because Universal is continuing every year releasing many of their previous animated, whether it's CGI animated or like Prince of Egypt. I reviewed that as well. They're going back into their animated catalog and releasing these with restorations, and they're doing an amazing job. Now, continuing March 12th there, we're also getting Quigley Down Under. Now, this is the Tom Selleck Western film. I very much enjoy this film, but I will tell you the previous Blu-ray releases have been horrendous. There is not one, whether it's Shout Factory or any of the other ones I've owned, that are all just horrible old scans, look horrible, have banding, digital noise, numerous issues on them. So this is a brand new 4K scan of the original camera negative with both Dolby Vision and HDR10 on it. They're also doing a restoration of the audio mix. So this should make massive leaps and bounds improvements for the visual and audio quality for this release, because as I said, the previous Blu-ray releases were horrendous. Now, I do have this one on order, but Shout Factory stuff never comes in early because they don't send it for review, so it just seems to take forever to show up. So a lot of the times these end up being later on in compilation videos, but this is one I am excited to check out. Now, another release is the DC Comics Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This is the sequel to the first Aquaman movie. Now, I did think the first one was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to check out the second one. I know there's a stigma because of one of the actresses in it that basically a lot of people didn't support it, which is a shame, because the actress, they kind of negated her role in it, and the other actors in it made a really good film, is my understanding, that a lot of people just didn't go see because of the stigma. Well, this 2023 action-adventure superhero movie is coming out with Dolby Vision and HDR10 and English Dolby Atmos. So this is one of those I'm wanting to watch and check it out, because like I said, I did enjoy the first Aquaman, and I'm curious how this expands the story, because I do think Jason Momoa fits Aquaman perfectly. Now, another release we're getting is The Color Purple, the musical, from 2023. Now, this is not the original Color Purple that came out last year. This is actually the newer musical that's coming out on 4K. It's going to have Dolby Vision and HDR10 and English Dolby Atmos. I haven't seen the film, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not really that interested in watching it in the first place. I did see the original one by Steven Spielberg. I really enjoy that film, and I own it on 4K. It was a very good 4K release. It's just this one is a musical. I don't know. It's just one of those that I wasn't really interested in, but there's a lot of you out there that are excited for this, so I wanted to make sure to let you know it's coming out. Now, continuing March 12th, we're getting Postal, which is the video game adaptation by U-Bowl. Now, this is getting a brand new 4K scan of the original camera negative with a brand new HDR10 color grading and master approved and supervised by the original director himself, U-Bowl. Now, this is one of those that it was not as crappy as some of other U-Bowl films. I actually thought Postal, it had some unique elements and spins on it, and I actually thought it was enjoyable. I don't know how it's going to hold up today because I haven't seen it in many years. I actually tried to locate it in my collection, and I don't even think I own it anymore. So I'll be curious to see how this turns out on 4K, because I do remember it being kind of a really entertaining video game adaptation at the time that had some unique things going for it. So this will be one I am curious to see how it turns out on 4K. Now, it is coming in a limited edition set, so I will post this down there as a pre-order link down below, but keep in mind, it is a limited edition set, so it will eventually sell out. My understanding is there's 3,000 copies of it being printed, so keep that in mind. If it's something you are interested in, don't wait too long. Now, if you want some announcements of some things I recently announced, big announcements, I did that in my recent video with Wonka and Beverly Hills Cop 3 reviews that I did. Now, I did those before the release date, but here's something to keep in mind. The announcements in that video, several of them have sold out already. Now, Amazon has put some more stock available, but then they sold out again. So keep in mind the announcements in that video with Wonka, like Oceans, The Departed, and things like that that I announced in that video, they have been going out of stock and selling out because they are limited edition releases only. It seems like studios are going this new direction where almost everything is getting limited edition releases. They're only printing a small amount of them, and then once they sell out, they're gone. So I would suggest watching that video. Make sure to pre-order what you're interested in, because I can't guarantee that any of those are going to be available by the time they're released. Because this is something that is new, Warner Brothers is going in a new direction with a lot of new limited edition releases only. Now on March 12th, one of the biggest releases of the year we're getting is James Cameron's The Abyss from 1989. Now what's unique about this release is it includes both the theatrical cut and version and the 1993 special edition extended cut of the film, which includes 31 minutes of additional footage. So the special edition extended cut of the film is my preferred version of the film, but it's never been released on Blu-ray or 4K, so this is the first time it's ever being released on Blu-ray and 4K. I can tell you both cuts of the film are included on the 4K with brand new 4K digital restorations that they've done, with both Dolby Vision and HDR10 masters and English Dolby Atmos audio mix. Now, as I announced previously, these are on their way to me for me to dive into and test and analyze for you all early. So make sure you stay tuned to this channel and that you've hit the bell notification and the subscribe button down below. That way, when I release my early advanced reviews with all my testing and analysis, you're one of the first ones to get notified. Now, something that I just recently talked about as well that you're going to want to make sure you watch is the Disney and Sony deal. Is Disney done with physical media video? It's been huge. Can't believe the amount of people that have watched it. There's a massive amount of comments on there and it's been great, but I talked with them and shared all of my studio insider information about what they're doing, what their plans are, if they're working on catalog releases, what's all going on with that and how it affects all of you and how it makes a difference for the future of physical media. If you have not watched that video yet, you need to check that out so you understand what's going on in the industry and what's going to be coming up with Disney and physical media going forward. Now, I did want to share with all of you another little tidbit. From my understanding is Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart are expanding certain parts of their physical media offerings that, for example, the local stores are going to be offering more in larger sections due to this new Disney and Sony deal. They're working with Sony and Disney to expand their selection for planned future Disney catalog releases from 20th Century Fox and Disney. So keep in mind, this is a big deal because they are working with the actual stores to expand their physical media offerings because they know that they're working with new upcoming catalog releases. And it's specifically talked about catalog releases that are planned and upcoming. They're wanting to make sure they have the shelf space for what's coming out. So that tells me there's quite a bit more things going on than even I'm aware of that most of us aren't told of yet that are being worked on for future 4K and Blu-ray releases. So again, big exciting news that more of it's coming out, that studios are working with the actual stores and that they are planning a lot of catalog releases because they're wanting to make sure that, like at Barnes & Noble, they're increasing their physical media offerings by 30% to make sure they have a larger shelf space by 30% of just for Disney and their Sony deal of what they're releasing. So I thought I'd let you know that because that gives you a little indication of how big of a deal this really is. So to get the inside scoop and all my studio insider information I shared, make sure to check out that video, Is Disney Done with Physical Media? So that way you're apprised of everything that's going on. Now, continuing big announcements for March 12th, we're getting True Lies from 1996. This is another James Cameron film coming out on the same day and date. Now, this is also getting a brand new 4K digital restoration with both Dolby Vision and HDR10 and a brand new English Dolby Atmos audio mix. Now, this one again is being sent early for review. I'll have that here very soon to start diving into and testing. I can tell you this is another massive release because it's never been available officially on Blu-ray. So this is one that's a huge release of a massive action film that I absolutely love with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I am so excited for these to show up for review. I'm just hoping they're not horrible, and I am hoping they look decent because it is one of those things that they've never been on Blu-ray and they've never been on 4K, and these are something I've wanted in my collection for a very long time. Now, another big release on the same day and date is James Cameron's Aliens from 1996. Now, inside this set, it includes both the theatrical cut and the 1990 extended special edition cut of the film, which includes an additional 17 minutes of footage included into it with a brand new 4K digital restoration, both Dolby Vision, HDR10, and a brand new Dolby Atmos audio mix. Now, I did want to touch on, for the Aliens, The Abyss, and True Lies, a question I've gotten asked a lot recently is, what is going on with the release date? Well, from my understanding of what's going on is that the stock was sold out that was available originally. So what's happened is, the release date is moving on retailers based on when they're planning on getting in more stock for pre-orders. So this is good news in the sense of they oversold the pre-orders of the stock they had coming in at all retailers. So all of the retailers are trying to figure out when the replenishment is coming out so that they can put the date for when those pre-orders will ship out. So that is why on retailers you're noticing the date slightly changing. It's because newer pre-orders that are being made are going to be fulfilled at a later date. So that is why you're noticing some changes at all these retailers all over, is because the original stock has sold out. So they're now getting reprints and getting more prints of it done to fulfill all of the orders that have come in since then. So this is great news. I'm shocked they sold out of all of that. When I heard that from my contacts, I was like, wow. So now they're getting more printed, but that is why that data is slightly changed as well, is because that's later stock that's coming in, not the original stock for all the original first set of pre-orders that sold out, and now they're filling up new ones. So 3 massive releases on March 12th. Now, staying with the same day and date, we're getting another Arnold Schwarzenegger film that's a reissue. It's The Running Man from 1987. Paramount sold out of the original limited edition Steelbook sets that I originally reviewed in my top 10 video. Now, I'll put the link above for that top 10 video if you want my full review and analysis of this, but it sold out originally very fast. Heck, after I reviewed it, it was sold out within like a week and a half after I reviewed it, it was gone. Now they're doing a one-time reprint. Actually, they're doing a one-time reprint of these next 2 titles that I'm going to talk about here in a second. But they're doing this one time, kind of like what Sony does every once in a while when they sell out really fast. They'll one-time reprint them. So if you missed out on this originally in the limited edition Steelbook that I reviewed in that video, it's an amazing 4K release. The Steelbook was awesome. This is your time to get it. I will put the direct Amazon sale links for each of these, actually everything from this video. I'm posting as a pinned comment in the comment section right below this video. Now, the next one that they're doing a reprint of is Disney's DRAGONSLAYER. Now, this is basically Disney's live action Dragon Slayer that they did with Paramount Studios. It originally came out in 1981. I originally reviewed it here on this channel. That video is available right now. Again, it was a limited edition Steelbook, sold out within about 2.5 weeks of my review, and it's been gone since. Again, this is a limited edition one-time reprint. So again, if this is something you missed out on originally, this is your time to get it. If you want to check out the review, it's available right now as well. The other big limited edition reissue we're getting is Event Horizon from 1997. This is the sci-fi horror film that is great. If you have not checked out my review, you gotta check this out, because this is one of those sci-fi cult classic horror films that no matter how many times I watch it, it's an amazing sci-fi horror film with some amazing set pieces. And the limited edition Steelbook is one of the coolest limited edition Steelbooks I own. Has a really cool slipcover that's see-through on it that changes the artwork. This is the other one they're doing a one-time reprint of. So those 3 limited edition Steelbooks are reprinted from Paramount, one time only, Paramount said, and they're not going to do this again. Once these sell out again, they are gone forever. In my original review video for Event Horizon, I showed the difference in the aspect ratio, and let me tell you, you need to watch that review video just to see the differences in the aspect ratio. Wow. It was a massive change with what they did with Sam Neill's face. Man, it was so different looking by how they crushed and changed the aspect ratio, and now they have it back to the original intended aspect ratio, and it looks proper, but I'll tell you, on the Blu-ray before, it looked horrendous when you compared the two. So it's one of those really interesting side-by-side 4K versus Blu-ray image comparisons that I did that you'll really want to check out that video if you haven't done so yet. Now, continuing March 12th, we're getting The Shootist. Now, this is the 1976 John Wayne film. It is a very good John Wayne Western. I love the film. It is coming out in a limited edition box set. Now, I can tell you this got a brand new 2K remaster of the original 35mm camera negative, and it's being released in a limited edition Blu-ray box set. Now, because it's a 2K remaster, that's why it's on Blu-ray. They just didn't see the uptick enough based on what they were able to do with this and the new remaster, so that's why it's coming out in a limited edition Blu-ray set only. But it is one of those films I have wanted in my collection for so long, and these Arrow Video limited edition box sets I absolutely love owning and collecting. I ordered mine the second it was announced. I'll put that direct Amazon pre-order link down there below. Keep in mind, this is another limited edition set, as you're probably noticing as I go through announcements every single week. More and more studios are releasing things only in limited edition sets. Now, same day and date, we're getting Stephen King's The Shining, the TV miniseries from 1997. Now, I will tell you, I enjoyed the TV miniseries more than the film. And maybe you say, well, how can I say that? The film was amazing. Some reason the TV miniseries expanded on so many other elements and expanded the story so well. Heck, the runtime for it is 273 minutes. So there's so much more they were able to incorporate. I really enjoyed the TV miniseries more than I enjoyed the original film. That's my personal preference. I think it fleshed out Stephen King's story better. And this is coming out from Shout Factory and Scream Factory with a brand new 2K scan of the Interpositive. Now, this Blu-ray set includes the most complete version of the TV miniseries, and here's why. All previous released versions of it have been missing numerous scenes, have been edited down. All of the releases on DVD have all had things missing from them. This one does not. It includes everything, but there's a caveat with that. For them to be able to include this on Blu-ray with this new 2K scan of the Interpositive, they had to do a scan of some of the non-Interpositive lower quality elements to be able to incorporate those scenes that have been missing from every single home video release of the TV miniseries before. This is the first time it's all going to be included, but some of the scenes are going to be lower quality, they did share, because some of those scenes, there was no elements of Interpositive for them to even do a 2K scan. That's why it's only being released on Blu-ray. And that's why there will be some upscaled scenes that are present in it. But I'm really excited because all of the previous versions have been poor. They've not looked great, and they've been really crappy releases with edits and skip scenes where it jump ahead and you'd be like, well, what happened to this scene? Finally, this one's going to be the most complete version with everything in it. So I'm excited. I pre-ordered my copy because I did really enjoy this TV miniseries. Now, moving ahead to May 7th here, we're jumping a little bit ahead because there is something I wanted to make sure to share with all of you. Now, if you follow me on my X or Twitter, whichever you want to call it, it's at 4K Blu-ray Reviews. I announce things on there constantly. I talk with some of the directors that did original films. I share behind the scenes. I talk about things I'm working on. I release a lot of announcements on there that, honestly, there's tons of stuff. You can create a free account and follow me on there. And that way you get all of the content on top of what I release here on my community section and in these videos. But a big announcement for May the 7th was The Crow. Paramount Studios let me know they're releasing it with a brand new 4K restoration with a brand new Dolby Vision and HDR10 color grading and master. I can tell you this is a massive release, and it's coming in 2 different flavors. We're getting it in a limited edition SteelBook, which I'll post that link down there below for you, as well as a standard edition case. Both of them are going to be available on the same day and date. Now, they are sending it to me early for review. Paramount did let me know they're going to send that to me a week or 2 before the release date, so I can dive into and test that for all of you. Now, because it's a limited edition release and a standard release, you can choose whichever one you want, and they are both available. I can tell you I actually like the artwork better on the standard release than I did on the limited edition SteelBook, but it's up to you which you like best. I'll post both pre-order links down there below for you. But this is one of those cult classic dark comic book superhero films that I really love. And it does have a really sad, tragic story behind the making of the film, which I think is why it's grown in such cult status over the years. Because originally when it came out in theaters, it did horrendous. People didn't like it, didn't understand it. Now today, you watch the film, it's got some really cool elements and some really like dark gothic vibes behind it. And just, man, it's got a great feeling to the film. I am really excited for this release, and I'm super excited that Paramount finally decided to release this. Now, jumping ahead just a little bit more to May 14th, I have another massive announcement. we are getting Once Upon a Time in the West, the Sergio Leone 1968 classic Western film from Paramount Presents number 44. This is a limited edition set, so Paramount did let me know. This is another Paramount Presents limited edition set. They are sending it to me early for review, so I'll be able to test and review it for all of you, but this is a limited edition set that they said will sell out. So remember, the Paramount Presents line does sell out. They don't reprint the Paramount Presents line. They might do it separately, kind of like they did with Liberty Valance, in a single case later on, basically a year and a half later, possibly. But it's not a guarantee. Most of the Paramount Presents have gone out of print, and they've not printed them again, obviously as Paramount Presents, or even as secondary discs later on. So keep that in mind. This is a limited edition release. It did get a brand new 4K restoration of the original camera negative with both a Dolby Vision and HDR10 master. And let me tell you, this is one of the biggest and best Westerns that I am so thrilled is finally coming out on 4K Ultra HD. Paramount still providing the goods of catalog releases. Now I'm still waiting, and I've talked to them about this. I desperately want The Phantom, the one with Billy Zane, the cult classic comic book superhero film. Love that film, and it would look outstanding with a brand new 4K restoration of the original camera negative on 4K. I have been harping on them for that release on 4K. I desperately want it released on 4K. But I'm very thankful that we're getting Once Upon a Time in the West, The Crow. If The Crow does well enough, I'm really hoping then that they go in other routes of like cult classics, superhero films like The Phantom. That would be an awesome one on 4K as well. But this is exciting news. Now it's important, I'll put the direct Amazon sale links for everything I announced in this video as a pinned comment in the comment section right below this video. Any of these you're wanting to pre-order or buy, make sure to use those direct Amazon sale links down there below. They're very important to the creation of these videos. And it doesn't cost you anything extra to support this channel. All you have to do is click on that link. Now, if you want to help to support this channel even more, you can always join my Collectors VIP Club. It only costs you, the viewer, $1 or $2 every month, but it goes back into the creation of these videos, the time, the software, all the expenses for camera and testing equipment. And that's what I use to keep creating all these videos. So you can always join my Collectors VIP Club and use those direct Amazon sale links down there below. Make sure to start the conversation in the comment section below. Let me know. What of these releases are you thrilled for? What of these are you excited for? What of these are you surprised that are finally coming out on 4K Ultra HD? There were so many amazing announcements in today's video that I was thrilled and excited to talk about. Let me know down below your excitement. I'm always loving when all of you get excited for these releases like I do. As I always like to say, physical media is not dying. Long live physical media, and it's going to continue. We're seeing a massive resurgence over the last 2 years. To give you a little bit of an idea, Barnes & Noble shared a little bit of their data, which is rare. They almost never do, but they've seen a 4% increase in physical media purchases for Blu-rays, 4Ks, and DVDs in the last couple of years. They said it's the largest increase they've seen in physical media purchases since, they said, back before even the COVID and pandemic. So it's a great time to be a physical media collector because we're getting so many outstanding releases and so many things of movies and TV series that we all love and enjoy that we can enjoy for many years to come without having to worry about digital taking it away from us or editing it down, or, I mean, to be honest with you, digital releasing it in a crappy form where it looks and sounds crappy. We get to watch them in the best quality. And that's where physical media is so exciting to collect and own. And I hope I share that excitement in every single one of these videos with all of you. Share your excitement with me. I love to hear the excitement of what you're excited about that I announce as well. So make sure to start that conversation down there below. As always, I want to say thank you to every single one of you for all of your support. Without all of you, I couldn't keep doing this, and I do really appreciate all of your love and support. I do truly hope all of you have a blessed day, and I've always got something new, early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.